Most people are unaware of this fact. There are still people working at General Motors whose job it is to hunt down and destroy General Motors electric cars. GM's Mary Barra has said on numerous occasions that General Motors leads the world when it comes to electric vehicles. She has not made this remark casually. She's been asked on numerous occasions to clarify her comments. In an interview on CNBC, this is what she was asked. Right now, General Motors, in terms of the electric vehicle market, you have around 9% of the market. Tesla has around 63%. The truth is, it's actually 73%. How can you call yourself an EV leader? Well, Barra said, like we have said a number of times, we're the leader today. If you set aside, with the distortion that's happening with the semi shortage, we have been a leader in the United States. We've been number 2 in China for many years, also a fallacy. And she continued on. She persisted to claim that GM is the leader in electric cars globally. And you know what? She's right if you look at it in a certain way. And I'm going to tell you what that way is. Hello, my friend. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back, everyone else. GM actually, they did lead in 2 different ways. One, with the EV1, which was the world's first modern, when I say modern, electric cars were made 100 years ago, that's true. But this was the world's first modern electric car. And it was produced and leased by General Motors from 1996 to 1999. It was the first mass-produced and purpose-designed electric vehicle of the modern era from a major automaker and the first GM car designed to be an electric vehicle from the outset. In fact, it was the first purely electric vehicle designed and built from an EV-specific platform. Well, for how long now? More than 90 years. The decision to mass-produce an electric car came after General Motors received a favorable reception for its 1990 Impact electric concept car, upon which the design of the EV1 drew heavily. However, the EV1 was made available only through limited lease-only agreements, initially to residents of the cities of Los Angeles, California, and Phoenix and Tucson, Arizona. EV1 lessees were officially participants in a real-world engineering evaluation, a market study into the feasibility of producing and marketing a commuter electric vehicle in select US markets, undertaken by GM's Advanced Technology Vehicles Group. You couldn't buy one, they would only let you lease one. Customer reaction to the EV1, in spite of its abysmal range of only about 100 kilometers, was extremely positive. However, GM believed that electric cars occupied an unprofitable niche of the auto market. For GM, they still do, and ended up crushing most of its cars, regardless of protesting customers. The EV1 program was discontinued in 2002. All cars on the road were taken back by GM, and lessees were not given the option to purchase their cars from GM, which cited parts, service, and liability regulations. Almost all EV1s were taken back and crushed by General Motors, with only about 40 of them delivered to museums and educational institutes with their electric powertrains deactivated. Now, the EV1's discontinuation is very controversial, especially with electric car enthusiasts, environmental interest groups, and former EV1 lessees accusing GM of self-sabotaging its electric car program to avoid potential losses in spare parts sales, while also blaming the oil industry for conspiring to keep electric cars off the road. During the discontinuation, movie director Francis Ford Coppola hid his EV1 from General Motors and was ultimately able to keep his car. As a result of GM taking the cars back as the leases ended and the subsequent destruction of the majority EV1s, an intact and working EV1 is the rarest car from the 1990s. Joe Biden, President of the United States, recently said this: In the auto industry, Detroit is leading the world in electric vehicles. You know how critical it is, Mary? I remember talking to you way back in January about the need for America to lead in electric vehicles. I can remember your dramatic announcement that by 2035, GM would be 100% electric. You changed the whole story, Mary. You did, Mary. You electrified the automotive industry. I'm serious. You led, and it matters, said Joe Biden. So like I said at the start of the video, GM is the leader in crushing electric vehicles. No car company in the world comes even close to the number of cars that have been crushed, which were electric. In fact, if you actually look at this from a marketing standpoint, GM has done more to hold back advances of the electric car than any other company or business ever created. In a sense, GM really did demonize the electric car by saying it was unprofitable, it was a liability, and it wouldn't work. And then, of course, they led when it comes to crushing electric cars. Now, we know for a fact that no one else comes close. So maybe that's really what Mary Barra was meaning, and she just left out the word crushing. If you put the word crushing into the phrase that into her response, then she was right. Mary, you know what? I'm sorry. I got it all wrong. And now I understand what you really meant. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you again on the next one. Bye-bye.